When the dollar goes digital, there's no unsubscribe button. You won't get an alert. You won't be asked to opt in. One day, you'll just wake up to find your dollars work differently because the rules changed while you weren't looking. And once that system is in place, there's no going back, no paper option, no off-ramp. That's the real danger of central bank digital currency. It's not just about money, it's about control. And once it's live, your freedom to save, spend, or even access your own retirement could disappear. At first, CBDC sounds like an upgrade. Faster payments, no more paper, everything digital, streamlined, and safe. That's how they'll sell it. But what they won't tell you is what's underneath that convenience. Because a central bank digital currency doesn't just change how you pay, it changes who's in charge of your money. Unlike cash, CBDC is programmable. That means it can be tracked, traced, and yes, controlled. Every transaction logged, every dollar coded. And with a flip of a switch, the same system could be used to limit where you spend, what you spend on, or even if you're allowed to spend at all. And here's what makes it worse. Most Americans don't even know this is happening. FedNow is already live. The digital rails are in place. The pilot programs are running. They're not asking your permission. They're just rolling it out. So the question isn't if CBDC is coming. It's, will you be ready when it does? Because once it's here, you won't be able to opt out, not without a plan in place. Think this sounds extreme? Then let's look at what's already happening. In China, the digital yuan is fully active. Citizens there have seen their funds restricted, blocked from travel, dining, or even booking transportation, based on where and how they spend. Transactions are monitored, behaviors are scored, and accounts can be frozen with no notice. That's not a glitch. That's how programmable currency is designed to work. In Europe, the ECB is testing its own version. And here in the US, the Federal Reserve has already laid the groundwork with its FedNow payment system. 24/7, government-run, and built for instant transaction control. Most Americans have no idea these systems are even being connected. But when they are, the result could be a financial framework where you don't own your money anymore. You simply use it under someone else's rules. And where does that leave your retirement? Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Once CBDC is in place, your IRA, your 401k, your safe accounts are no longer off limits. If every dollar is traceable and programmable, then every distribution, every purchase, every withdrawal becomes subject to review. And if the government decides to tighten the belt or flag certain spending, you could be stuck. Not because you made a bad investment, but because the rules changed and you weren't in control anymore. That's what people aren't talking about. But that's what AAA clients are preparing for right now. So how do you protect yourself from a system like that? You don't fight it. You exit it strategically, quietly, legally, on your terms. And that starts by moving a portion of your wealth into something they can't digitize, trace, or freeze. That's why so many people are turning to precious metals IRAs. Not because they're trying to strike it rich, but because they want real, tangible ownership. With a gold or silver IRA through American Alternative Assets, you still get the tax benefits of a traditional retirement account. But instead of holding assets the government can digitize and control, you hold physical metal, stored securely, allocated in your name, and most importantly, off the grid of programmable finance. You're not waiting for permission to make a withdrawal. You're not relying on some centralized ledger to approve your transaction. You've got a portion of your wealth in a form that stood the test of time through every regime, every policy change, and every economic reset. And here's what clients tell us all the time. It's not just about the gold. It's about peace of mind, knowing that no matter what happens next, politically, economically, or digitally, they've carved out a part of their retirement that no system can tamper with. Because the people we work with, they're not driven by panic. They're driven by responsibility. They want to protect their spouse, preserve what they've earned, and make sure their money stays theirs, not just in theory, but in practice. And that's something no digital dollar can offer. If everything you've heard so far sounds like a warning, that's because it is. But it's not too late to act. At American Alternative Assets, we help people just like you move a portion of their retirement out of the system and into physical assets that can't be altered, frozen, or digitally reprogrammed. And no, this isn't complicated. You don't have to liquidate everything. You don't lose your tax benefits. You simply roll over part of your IRA or 401k into a gold or silver IRA quietly, legally, and without triggering a taxable event. We walk you through every step, one-on-one, no pressure, no call centers, just real answers from people who understand what's coming and how to prepare for it. Because here's the thing, once CBDC becomes the norm, the off switch doesn't exist. You won't be able to undo it. And you definitely won't be given a second chance to protect your retirement from inside that system. So while you still have options, use them. Watch this video right now, because if you don't understand how they're quietly building the foundation for total financial surveillance, you're already behind. In this video, we'll show you how programmable money really works and what you can do right now to keep your retirement private and protected. Because once the switch flips, there's no going back.